All right, welcome everybody to the banquet here for the Winter Series. I know that we're just showing a face-to-face here as I got Tim Hall fixing to come up here shortly. Right now, though, I'm just going to go over the guys that did win. Randy Kirtley ended up winning the Flexi Challenge Series. Jason Howard ended up winning the List Series for our drag racing slot cars. And then of course, Tim Hall ended up winning the 1RC, which we'll be talking to him soon. But Randy Kirtley, he's on his way back from vacation. He's not going to be able to make it. And I did tell him that I would accept this for him, which is his big first place check here. Randy Kirtley, Winter Series Flexi Challenge. Most likely he's going to hang that up here at Lanes Raceway. That's what he does with most of the checks when he wins. And he's also going to receive one of these. It's a Gemini brushless GTP 65 kV car to go along with that check and winning the Flexi Challenge Series here at Lanes Raceway. Not to be confused with Alan Ingram's Flexi Challenge. But without further ado, we do have one racer that did show up here. That's going to be Tim Hall. I'm going to swap over here seats and let him have a spot here. Give him a microphone. Tim, been a long road coming. 1RC, been a tough series. Our first series here. A lot of learning curves coming out when it comes to the slick track. A lot of development into the track. As you come in, if it was warm, humid, it would be sticky. If it was cold, it would get dry slick. But you was able to maneuver that all the way around throughout the series and bring home one of these big checks. Let's let everybody see what you got here real quick.
All right.
I'll hold it for you since you got to hold the mic. But we got here Tim Hall, 1RC late model. Big check here, first place. He's going to be taking that home with him. And then on top of that, a midget 4.0 from 1RC.
That'll work.
So what did you think about the track? First time ever running on a track like that?
I've never ran on anything that's banked. I've ran a lot of RC stuff on dirt tracks and whatever. It may have a banking of like 1 degree. But when this track come up, first night I saw it, I wasn't here. I was watching it on live stream. I was here the next week buying cars.
Yeah, and you bought the whole plethora, didn't you?
I've got all but one car that they make, all the conversions, all but one. And I bought the body to do that one tonight, so we should have it all covered. We go to different tracks. There's a couple other places that we can go. You've got 2 tracks here, the foam carpet flat track. It's going to be nice once we get it all broke in good and everybody gets used to it. But this track is its own little beast. I mean, it's one of the harder things to do until you get used to it. But once you get used to it, it's like, that wasn't bad. You know,
Yeah.
You know, you're going to hit things all the time. You know, the wall, inside or outside. You're going to hit other people. Other people are going to hit you. But it's a challenge. It really is. And these little cars are durable. I would have never guessed that we could run as fast as we run and hit 2 or 3 head on and not tear anything up. You might get a bumper or a frame rail side one time, but for the most part, I mean, you can't turn them up. They're just durable.
They really are.
Yeah, and that makes it easier for guys to go out and buy different class of cars. I think we run at least 5 different classes here. I think we got about 5, maybe 6. I don't know. Sometimes there's a 6th class.
Yeah, the way we do it is 2 or more.
Yeah, 2 or more. So, you know, it keeps it open for anybody that, you know, their skill levels. You've got a beginner's class. You've got some young kids in it. We've even got some of the bigger classes that the young kids are getting in. And they do real well. We've had one come from out of town last week that he done real well. First time here. So
I've been really impressed with how Deacon's been doing. He's a really good track marshal.
Yeah, that, and does a good job all the way through.
Yeah.
Another season on him, and we'll all be in trouble.
Well, I don't know if you've seen last night in the drag races, the kids took it home.
Did they now?
Yeah, they had 2 kids. I believe it was Brayson brought home number 1 last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
I seen it, but I didn't pay attention, I think. But I always go back at night and look. I sit down at night, 8:30 or so, and I go through everything and look to see who done what. And, you know, it's just a good atmosphere around here all the way around.
Yeah, I mean, man, them kids, they got those extra reaction times. You know,
Oh,
they're growing up on video games.
yeah, exactly.
You know, video games came in my generation, but they wasn't nothing like they are nowadays. It's like real life to these kids. You know.
Our generation was riding a bicycle. We keep running over a manhole cover and not crashing real good.
We definitely could take a beating.
Yeah, we can take a beating, but these young ones, man, their hand-eye coordination is superb.
It's unreal. They're almost machines, ain't they?
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I think we had a great time with the experience of this track. Now, of course, you were here when we first started in this track. We didn't have the catch fence at the beginning. Remember us calling red flag every lap because somebody was in the middle.
Somebody's in the middle. I think we've got a ball out in the middle now. I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen or not, but there's a ball out there. And somebody said if you hit the ball with a car after you go over the catch fence, you're going to win $100.
All right, let's see if I can see
I
it.
don't think it ever happened, but there it is.
Yeah, they can see the ball there.
Yeah, somebody bet I bet you can't hit that ball. And there's been a few over the fence, but nothing hit the ball yet. So.
Well, it's funny. My mom's like, why do you have a soccer ball out there? And I said, well, you know, all the kids, they know what Easter eggs are. So I was like, I put it out there as an Easter egg because, you know, in the future we're going to have 1RC soccer matches here. And that's just a little Easter egg. We've already got the goals and stuff underneath the table. But maybe on a Thursday night, you know, we do some flat tracking and stuff here in the future. Maybe on a Thursday night, we'll have a 2v2 soccer match here with our 1RC cars. They are durable enough.
Pretty durable, yeah. They would make it.
Yeah, and I will say this: I've tried it with the late model. It will punt that ball.
Oh yeah, it's going to launch it. It'll launch another late model if you ain't careful.
Yeah, I know.
It'll launch 3 or 4 feet up. I caught one last week in my lap in turn 4 up here, and it was coming off the track. And I caught it.
I seen that.
Yeah, it come up. I caught it in my lap, and we'll put her back down and let her go again.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, Tim, you all right? Good catch.
Yep, every once in a while.
Yeah, they come off there humming with the super late model with those 10,000K motors and those lipos, man. They're humming.
Yep.
Well, Tim, you brought it home. It was a lot. It was a hard-fought thing.
Hey, we come down to the last race. 3 of us tied.
Yep.
Me, Garrett, and Blake. And we had a runoff. I ended up winning. Congratulations to them 2 guys for getting tied with the win at the end of the season. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to do. Tie 3 of us. That was really good. But
It was brutal. I mean, at the very beginning, you know, we could kind of just like go back in time. You know, Gabriel and Jason, they lived here for probably 2 weeks trying to figure out how to run this track without it sliding. They figured it out, and, you know, they were kind of dominant the first couple weeks. Then you started coming. Blake started coming. Blake started buying cars. You buying cars. Y'all started living here, and y'all figured it out. Then it made it really tough for them to win, and it kind of developed over time, back and forth. And, you know, there towards the end, like you said, it came down to the wire. Blake come out of nowhere with what was it, 390 points, and won that race to put him tied with you and Garrett.
All 3 of us tied. If it had been any other situation, it wouldn't have been a runoff.
Yeah, it would have been whoever was in front of who at the end of the race.
Yeah, he had to win to put us all 3. And if he had run second, it wouldn't have mattered. Whoever was in second would have won.
So when that happened, I know you and Garrett both, the hands got sweaty. It's like, man, I got to go again.
Oh, yeah.
Like the nerves was on the line. Yeah.
You know.
So did that help you focus in for that last race when that happened? Like, you know, just steel veins, like I always say, Frost King Kirtley. You know, Randy Kirtley. When it's on the line, he gets frosty.
Yep. It just you intensify a little bit harder. You know, and your grip the steering wheel a little harder, and you hand grip, and then every once in a while you'll push it too far. I got to drive like I'm supposed to, and not try to drive way over the hood.
Yeah.
You know.
And you got it, like you see a car up front. You're using one eye for that. You're using the other eye on your car. Just, I got to maneuver. I got to take a low side. I got to take a high side. What's he going to do?
Yeah,
all those things running through your head.
Exactly. And you know if somebody's taking the low side every time, you got to try and work your way around them. And if they mess up and you're up there, they're going to mess up because they hit the inside wall and head to the outside. Then you're not there to get caught on the front clip. You can go by them.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. You know.
Yeah, because that race, it boils down to if you're going to hit the wall or if you wreck, you're done.
You're about done. Yeah, you're going to lap down. If you hit the wall, you're about going to lap down with 3.5 second laps. Most of the race was. You know, that's not very long. Turn marshal can't pick up a car and turn it over in 3 seconds usually, and so you're going to lap down.
Yeah.
You know, and we all had problems. I don't remember. I think we were all pretty close on the same lap at the end of it. I don't think it was a very far difference, but it is what it is.
Hey, you fought through the gauntlet. You made it out on top. Now upcoming next, we got the street stock rolling, and you've been working on that. And the past couple of weeks, we've been seeing your car real smooth. It's a low side warrior too, I've been noticing.
Yeah, it likes to go on the bottom. It loves the bottom. Anything a foot off the bottom and it slows the car down. I don't know why, but I just said, well, if it's going to slow down a foot up, I'm going to stay that foot down, best I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the cars like it right on the dark brown. The track has got a light in the dark. If they can hook that bottom brown going in the corner, you can just about bet it's going to come on the other side, come on out, fast.
Well, here's a little inside intel, and I know it's not so inside because everybody here is watching, but when I did the track, the new style track, I put a little bit of silica dust in on the track, which you know.
Yep.
But did you know that I put more in the cushion?
All on the top?
Well, on the top and the bottom. So you can get more grip in the black.
That might be why I never really thought about it that way, because if I come up out of that brown, the dark brown, it's a different feel. You almost got to back out for just a split second to make it turn.
Yeah, I mean it's supposed to be, right? I'm always, hey, this track's I'm gonna change this thing up every season on you guys. I'm not gonna let none of y'all get comfortable.
That's fine. I like a little diversity in my racing.
Well, you know what I got the inspiration from? So last year we was doing the iRacing and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So we got the commercial version of it. Well, did you know that the commercial version of that, when you're doing the little time trials, you don't know what track you're going to get? That when you load in, like let's say Eldora, there's like 14 or 15 versions of Eldora. And there's only one track that you can get the grip in out of the whole thing. It runs the best, where the track's really good, soppy, wet, and you can just grip it down and hold the track. So I was like, that's a good idea. And I kept that idea. And I told Dad, I said, that's how I want this track to be. Now, we wanted to make this after Eldora. We got a above-head view of what the color of the track was. Now, of course, it didn't come out that way. Randy Kirtley says it's more like a scale model of soggy bottoms. But yeah, I mean, I think it's very unique. And I always like giving you guys surprises.
Believe it or not, I think it's like a dirt Bristol.
A dirt Bristol?
When Bristol had dirt on it, this is what it reminds me of more than anything.
Well, maybe next season I might paint that thing asphalt black, and you never know. I might mess with y'all's eyes then.
But it does remind me of dirt Bristol when they put the dirt on it.
Yeah.
Which, they're not going to do it no more, I don't think. But,
Well, that was always fun.
Yeah.
And, that was when we were doing the iRacing, that was one of the more popular tracks was the dirt Bristol. Guys running the sprint cars and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Speaking of the sprint cars, about you and Garrett were about the only two that I remember that could even really handle those cars on this track.
They were getting pretty good. Now, we'll need to get back into that some maybe this winter when summertime is going to kill everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know that anything indoors is going to be hard pressed to have a good crowd. Mm-hmm. But as soon as the weather breaks in September or October, this place is going to be packed because there's too many guys that's got these cars, and they're going to be back running hard.
Yeah, and they got multiple places. A big race coming up actually for Rio, the 20th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, called Hogfest over in Rio.
Yes, sir.
And they're racing 1RC action.
Yes, sir.
So if you get a 1RC here or there or in, I think Evansville sells them, and also in Louisville.
Yeah.
I mean, man, we're just running 1RC in this area right now,
yeah.
and it's popular.
Yeah, it is popular. It's crazy how many people have bought them, and it's also crazy that this time of the year, I want to run as much as I can, but like I said, the summer's here. It's like, man.
It's hard to say, let's run 1RC when you can get out on the boat and catch a big catfish,
Along that line, yeah. It's all good. It's all good. We got air conditioning here. It don't rain unless we get 6 inches an hour like it does, and it runs through the roof in here sometimes. But
yeah, I like to joke it's the only indoor facility that it can actually get rained out.
yeah.
But that gives it character, I think,
Oh, yeah. No, it's all good.
As long as we're in here, we can get a microfiber real quick and wipe it up.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah, exactly.
But we might have to throw a red flag if we see a drop. Yep. You hit that, it'd be like an oil slick. Well, we got plans for a new track, too, to expand this one. We're looking at some different cars and stuff, some more like road course drift cars and stuff. We've been looking at that.
Yeah.
So, you just never know here, Tim.
Nope.
I'm always coming up with something. I've even got eyes on doing some outside drag racing, just some weird stuff coming in the future.
Yep.
And that's, you know how I am, man. I'm always going to be a kid at heart.
Exactly.
And if we can have more fun, let's have more fun. You know.
Yep.
So are you excited for the dirt street stock?
Yeah, I really am. I think there's some guys from Rio that are talking about getting into it also. So we'll have some of them guys. We'll have the normal guys here, and it's a good class every Tuesday night and then Saturday afternoon. Most of the time, it's one of the popular classes.
Yeah, it really is.
You got the wheels inside the fenders; they don't hang on stuff. That's the only problem a lot of us have. Even me, I have a problem with open wheel cars. I get into the fence and it wants to but I like
turn you like real life.
Turns you, but I like the closed-in fenders, and I like that class. So
yeah,
and it looks realistic around here. I run a record in Windy Hollow, and that looks like one of the cars, the body style that goes to Windy Hollow and runs. That's what a lot of guys around here are used to. Windy Hollow, Soggy Bottoms, and even all that. And they see those cars and they say, I want to build one of those. We had a guy come in last weekend and bought one from you.
Yeah.
A young guy and his wife come in and bought one, just saw it run one time and said, I'm gonna have one.
Well, I've sold 3 conversion kits just in the past day.
Sold me one today. I'm gonna convert another car in just to have it for backup.
Yeah, so I mean it's a popular class. Plus, a lot of these guys actually have one of those cars and they race them. I think the popular one now is like the wagon look.
The wagon back on them. Mm-hmm. And I've seen some on one RC sites, and guys had pictures of them. I don't know where they're getting them or just making them with adding on Lexan, the little plastic piece on the side, making a wagon out of them. But, I'm not a wagon guy.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not either.
Well, Tim, before we shut this down, anything else you want to tell the fans out there that's been watching?
I have more people come and watch, because if you come and watch, you're going to buy one.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what these bleachers are for.
Exactly. They do have nice bleachers all the way around.
Yeah, we're sitting on them.
Hey, that Subway next door can get hungry.
Yeah, Subway, that's a big deal. Subway Livermore, they sponsor the 4 Crowns here. Throw up $1,000 for those guys every year. And, maybe we split that up a little bit for all of the other series too. But I'm just thankful that Livermore Subway is about some hobby racing.
I want to thank you, Gabriel, and T, and your mutt.
Oh, Cheesy Gordita.
She keeps an eye on everybody.
Yeah.
We miss her. She's been here for the last couple of weeks, but I hear she's coming back.
Yeah, he got a little bit of. I talked to Shane White, and he says, those dogs are real bad about getting carpet allergy. So he got a carpet allergy. So we moved. Basically, we got our living room blocked off where he can't go in there in the carpet. And since then he's been healing up. So I guess he just does. He has a carpet allergy. So we're gonna, of course, try our best to keep him from the carpet, and maybe there's a medicine he can take or something. I don't know. But he's about full health.
Wife, she puts up on it.
Yeah.
She watches on the live stream every so often.
Well, we both have that in common.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's tough. It's tough being a racer's wife. And I mean, I haven't raced in a long time, but you know what? I'm still a racer at heart. And I do race a little bit on video games every once in a while. But I don't race in house. I have. I'm not going to say that I haven't, but I don't race none of the series or nothing. I'm up here. I'm in the thick of it, doing interviews and commentating the races, because even though this is hobby racing for some, when they come in, I want them to feel like racers.
Yeah.
Because they are. I mean, I'm telling you, not everybody can do this, but maybe some people can get in a big car and race a big car, but not everybody has the minute movements to race slot cars or do RC. It takes a very acute mind to be able to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a kid's game, but I tell you what, there's everywhere from 7, 8 years old to been here all the way. I'm almost 65 years old.
Yeah, they're all kids.
I still love it.
Yeah.
Like it's, I was 12. So.
And it's good. It's good, clean fun, good family fun. If you're looking for good, clean family fun, this is the place to come. We do keep a family atmosphere in here. We do got a little bit of rock and roll in here. We're a little edgy.
Yeah,
I'm not completely square. I'm a little edgy. I like a little bit of rock and roll.
Yep.
A little bit of Pink Floyd. That's my favorite.
Tia keep you straight. She'll put something on.
She will. She will. Always does. She keeps me in line.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, man, congratulations. Let's show everybody your big check again. Look at that, everybody. Let me get Tim's head in there. There's Tim. Big check here. Tim, you can do whatever you want with that check. Good trophy.
Checks most of the time. You give them to the wife. There it went.
There it is. And a big old midget right there, 4.0 midget too.
Thank you. Yep. We'll
All right.
try to get these things going, maybe get a series, not a series, but some races going, here in the near future.
That would be a really good kids class, I
think
really
it'd
believe.
Be good on the flat track.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would, because it's smaller.
Yeah, and a little bit slower for the kids.
Yep,
It's a 4-cell battery.
Yep.
A really good kid class.
Yep. All right,
Well,
brother.
Tim, thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody out there in internet land, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, when Randy gets in, we'll have an interview with him. We'll post it up. I know it's a little unorthodox to how we usually do things. Usually we talk to all the racers at once. But we'll talk to him. Next time we see Jason, we'll talk to him too, the same way I'm talking to Tim. But other than that, guys, God bless you. And we'll see you in the next banquet. But before then, we'll see you out here on the racetrack doing some street stock action.